Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by and seeing what I'm up to. My name is Silkyfeather and you can call me Silky. Me Kevin has an update, also probably an update about his giveaway. Let's take a listen.
Me, Kevin here. Wow, a lot has happened today, including updates from both Democrats and Republicans, along with the post office in the mix, which the post office is actually going to become the next battleground for the next compromise stimulus debate. Let's hit the updates and announce the 6 stimulus winners for today. I'm so excited, I haven't even had my Coke yet. And if that worries you, don't worry. Just get life insurance and 2 free stocks via the links down below. You can get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes and 2 free stocks worth up to $1,400. First, we already know that Nancy Pelosi is rushing representatives back to work on Saturday of this week to pass a bill on the post office to revert changes and stop any future changes at the Postal Service. This has led to some pretty big updates from Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell on stimulus. But first, let's take a quick look at what's going on at the Postal Service just to keep you updated. After pressure mounted, the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, said the Postal Service is now suspending operational changes until after the November election. In fact, here is exactly what he said. Here is his letter, which you'll notice that this is actually a digital press release, and it was not mailed. Because if this letter had been mailed, we probably wouldn't have actually gotten it until January or February. But anyway, in this letter, Louis DeJoy says that the Postal Service is ready to handle whatever volume of election mail it receives this fall, even with the challenges of the pandemic. We want to keep the mail operating on time, and today they are announcing the expansion of their leadership task force to ensure that mail can continue to be delivered, especially during the election. Particularly, the Postmaster General tells us to avoid the appearance of any impact, just the appearance of any impact on election mail. He is suspending the following initiatives. Retail hours at the post office will not change as planned. Mail processing equipment and blue collection boxes will remain where they are, which for quite a few hundred of those collection boxes, that means they will remain at the scrap yard. So hopefully they'll bring those back. No mail processing facilities will be closed, and we will reassert that overtime has and will continue to be approved as needed. Good one. Sounds like a lot of loopholes, but at least it's something. Now, what does this have to do with stimulus? Well, about stimulus, there are a lot of expectations that Democrats and Republicans will go to battle about the post office while at the same time being able to introduce their own stimulus priorities in the skirmish. Think about it. If Congress goes back to work to fight about the post office, maybe they can come to some kind of agreement while they're at the same time on the next stimulus bill. Some form of compromise stimulus bill. This is exactly what reporters and Washington insiders are expecting. However, many people were concerned that today's Postmaster General letter might throw a wrench in Congress actually going back to work. Does this mean that Nancy Pelosi is not going to get Democrats back to work? I mean, the Postmaster General, he said he's going to stop doing what he's doing, right? We're good, right? Well, Nancy Pelosi quickly put that rumor to bed. Nancy Pelosi said that all the Postmaster General did today with his letter was take 3 steps forward with his actions and then 1 baby step back with his letter. That this letter doesn't do it for us. And instead, we will be voting on Saturday, she said, to ensure that the Postmaster General reverses what he did and undoes any damage he's caused. Nancy Pelosi is apparently ready to go postal, and nobody wants to see that. However, what's ironic about this is Nancy Pelosi has been saying this entire pandemic, we will not have piecemeal bills. We want a comprehensive, complete stimulus package when the next opportunity comes to pass the bill. They want a complete bill. Well, enter Mitch McConnell, who immediately took advantage of this. Mitch McConnell told us today that the Senate is unlikely to pass a bill strictly on the Postal Service. Instead, Mitch McConnell said Democrats passing a bill strictly on the post office, quote, could open the opportunity for discussion about something smaller than what the Democrats are insisting on for stimulus at the point of the impasse. AKA Mitch McConnell now believes he can leverage the post office debate to get Republican stimulus priorities passed. This is a brilliant counterattack by Republicans. Remember, this morning we talked about Republicans already discussing a skinny bill. A skinny bill that would include unemployment, paycheck protection, program money, and potentially funding for school. But we're not sure if it's going to include stimulus checks. Some people believe that this is being done purposely. That at the same time as Democrats come back to vote on a postal service bill, Republicans are going to come up with a skinny bill and say, hey, we'll pass your post office bill, because that text is already out, if you pass our skinny bill. Democrats might then counter and say, well, come on, man, PPP money and unemployment money, but what about the stimulus checks? Okay. You guys get the post office, we'll put in the stimulus check. Can we pass this compromise bill? Voila! We get a small stimulus package passed. In fact, Nancy Pelosi today softened her tone as well. She stepped back that she's demanding a really big package. And maybe she's okay with a smaller, more modest and manageable package. In fact, Nancy Pelosi said that there is growing need to get more done now and before the end of September. So we need to pass what we can now and deal with the rest in January after the election. Nancy Pelosi said that today. She's backing off the pressure to get a complete package done. This is the first time we've actually seen Nancy Pelosi do this. This is a big shift. Remember, folks, all of this has to do with claims that universal mail-in voting leads to more fraud. And this is what's bringing Congress back to work. It's not actually the people, it's mail-in voting, because everybody's worried about the election. In fact, yesterday, Nancy Pelosi said the Postal Service drama is designed to, quote, frighten people from voting. To which a Republican, rumor has it, responded and said, look, if we really wanted to scare people from voting, just put a picture of Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell on a bed together on the ballot. After all, there's only one thing worse than watching Congress, and it is waiting 100 years after you've died to get a presidential pardon like Susan B. Anthony. Or maybe it's waiting 100 years after you've died to get your beard shaved because stimulus hasn't been passed yet and you won't shave until stimulus passes. In other news, this is the second night of the DNC
Your
today.
choice.
Here's what you should look out for. For the first time in history, there will not be a single keynote speaker. That's right, instead Democrats have assembled a mashup of 17 party leaders to speak via video montage. 17 speakers! Is it just me, or does this feel less like a showcase for a future political star, and more like some kid's bar mitzvah video montage of all of his friends? Democratic Party leaders say they're trying to accommodate all demands for time from politicians who want exposure. And they don't mean exposure to the coronavirus either. And apparently, because the party's nominee, Joe Biden, isn't really considered the most dynamic speaker, Democrats are also potentially afraid to pick a keynote speaker who might overshadow Joe Biden and become the star of the convention. It's kind of like if Billy Joel
because
Obama and had to follow Jay-Z.
Miss Obama isn't over Biden.
By the way, none of the 17 speakers tonight endorsed Bernie Sanders. So when Bernie Sanders tunes into the DNC tonight on his transistor radio, he's going to be a little disappointed. On winners, who hopefully have all filed and gotten their life insurance in as little as 5 minutes, there are 2 free stocks with Weevil, and of course, consider joining the amazing courses via the links below. You 6 folks will be receiving your $200 payouts within the next few hours after this video posts. Teresa M. with Cash App, Kia or Kea A with Cash App won $200. Eric C. with the 330 area code won $200. John L. with Cash App won $200. Scott O. with PayPal won $200. And Esmerlin S. with Cash App won $200. And sorry, Kia or Kea, if I butchered your name, I would love a correction in the comments down below so that I can say that properly in the future. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. This is Silkyfeather signing off. Have a great night, guys.